First of 13 tonight. 4th of July here at Sportsman's Park. Here they come. They're off with incredible success in the middle of the track. Leaving hard for Joel Smith on the inside. It's Sister Luck. In between horses, Del Regima. And now moving up for position is Witch Tree and Joe Anderson. Incredible Success leads Witch Tree. Up on the rim in second, Sister Luck racing in third. A length and a half back to Del Regima, racing in fourth. Another length to Queen Cam. A length to Ricka Hanover. Ratso Ruck on the hop. You're in the news. Your trailer, Robbie's Rainfall. They're off the quarter, 28-1. On the inside, it's Incredible Success. On the outside, here's Witch Tree. Now, Witch Tree takes command, settling in on the lead. A length over Incredible Success. A length back to Sister Luck, racing in third. Up on the outside, Queen Cam is on the move first over. To the inside, it's Del Regima. Ricka Hanover gapping her cover. Ratso Ruck into the flow. Along with You're in the News on the inside, on the hop, and far back. Losing contact with the field is Robbie's Rainfall. They're off the half, 57-2. Witch Tree commanding the fractions. A length and a quarter on the outside. Queen Cam grinding out a tough first over trip. Incredible Success is right there in third. On the inside, Sister Luck racing in fourth. Ricka Hanover moves up within striking position for Gregory Jr. Top of the stretch, Witch Tree leads the way on the outside. It's Queen Cam. Witch Tree turns for home now with a 2-length lead. Queen Cam. Another move on the outside. Incredible Success is racing in third. Ricka Hanover in fourth. In between horses, now moving up Sister Luck. A little more than an eighth of a mile to go. Witch Tree leads by 3. Incredible Success racing in second. Far outside, a late move by on the hop. 16th out, and Witch Tree is in complete command. Witch Tree in front. The battle for second on the hop. Close for third. Witch Tree, a winner in 156-2.
Okay, there's about 12 minutes to post. Hopefully you're live.
Nine fillies and mares take their positions in behind the starting gate, picking up speed. Here they come. They're off. She'll be zipping on the inside, left well on the outside. Here's Chris's Starlet. Chris's Starlet now to the top. She'll be zipping, racing in second, a length back to Mega Curie. In third, another length back to Fellas Opal. Racing in fourth, LD's LC is fifth. Do By Meself racing in sixth. Hubba Hubba Rorty in seventh, a length and a half back to Audaciously. And the favorite Quaker Shaker trails about 12 lengths off the top. Early on, they're off the quarter, 28-4. They race up the backstretch. Chris's Starlet in command, a length and a quarter over. She'll be zipping. Mega Curie saves ground. Fellas Opal is on the move for Widger. A gap of 3 to LD's LC. Do By Meself joins the outer flow. Followed up by Hubba Hubba Rorty. Quaker Shaker now on the move, fourth over. And at the end, it's Audaciously 5 in, 4 out as they approach the half. The long shot, 17-1. Chris's Starlet, 3 parts of a length. On the outside, Fellas Opal challenging second, the half, 59 seconds. Around the far turn, Chris's Starlet continues to lead. Fellas Opal on the far outside. Here's Hubba Hubba Rorty. 3/8 to go, and now Hubba Hubba Rorty takes command of the pace. Chris's Starlet racing in second. She'll be zipping, racing in third. And far back, Quaker Shaker still about 8 lengths off the top. They're in the stretch. Hubba Hubba Rorty opens up the lead by 3/4, 128-2. 3/16 out. Hubba Hubba Rorty leads. She'll be zipping. In between horses. Far outside, Fellas Opal. On the inside, racing in fifth is Fellas Opal. Down the stretch, Hubba Hubba Rorty leads. Fellas Opal racing in second. She'll be zipping. Quaker Shaker's not going to get there. Hubba Hubba Rorty in command by 2. Fellas Opal, and she'll be zipping in 157-1. Here's your second race, top down. 6-2 scratch. They're off the turn as they move into the stretch. Here they come. They're off. Good start. 4 horses going out for the lead on the inside. Annie Clips in between horses. Fox Valley Jolene, and now off stride, Crystal Kingston. Annie Clips leads the way. Here's Bad Time to Be in Love. Bad Time to Be in Love ranging up on the outside for Anderson. Fox Valley Jolene is away in third and 10-2. Secures early position. Mary Crombie is on the move. On the inside, it's Anxious Candid. She'll be Illini. Zima, and far back after the early break is Crystal Kingston. They're off the quarter, 29-1, and now Bad Time to Be in Love. 2-year-old filly takes command, settles in on the lead. Annie Clips is right back out. Annie Clips quickly up to retake the lead. Bad Time to Be in Love back to second. On the outside in 10-2 is on the move for Morgan. A length back to Fox Valley Jolene. Mary Crombie parked down the outside. Zima right in behind her. Anxious Candid hemmed in on the inside. She'll be Illini. Crystal Kingston off the half, 59-1. On the outside, Tony Morgan moves up within 10-2 and now forges her way on top. On the inside, Annie Clips reluctant to give up the lead. These two slug it out 3 lengths back to Bad Time to Be in Love. On the inside, racing in fourth, Fox Valley Jolene. Zima is forced 3 wide, and now Anxious Candid finds racing room. They're in the stretch, and on the outside in 10-2, a tough journey now takes command. A length, Annie Clips battling to hang on. Anxious Candid shakes loose, gains in third. Zima Clips battling to come back. Anxious Candid has now secured third and 10-2. In front, Annie Clips a game second. Anxious Candid third, 150. Picking up speed. Here they come. They're off far outside. Miss Carbon Copy sent out hard on the inside. Nice and devilish. Here's Life's a Party in between horses. Lou is also there. 4 off the rail. Miss Carbon Copy now takes command. In between horses, it's Lou. Nice and devilish on the inside. Life's a Party now takes back. Racing in fourth. A length back to Flamin' Hope, racing in fifth. Ancient Rachel in sixth. Jordan's Good Girl. Then comes Broadway Idol, Reminder, and Snacking Nude off the quarter, a quick 27-4. They race up the backstretch. Miss Carbon Copy in command, a length, nice and devilish. Right in behind, Lou is racing in third, a length back to Life's a Party on the outside. Flamin' Hope is first up. Following up that live cover, Jordan's Good Girl and Morgan. Broadway Idol into a live flow on the inside, Ancient Rachel. Snacking Nude and Reminder. They're off the half, 59 seconds. On the inside, it's Miss Carbon Copy. On the outside, Flamin' Hope. Strides apart. Nice and devilish, getting the perfect trip. Jordan's Good Girl looms boldly for Morgan. On the inside, it's Lou. Broadway Idol racing in sixth. On the inside, in seventh, Life's a Party looks to shake loose. Snacking Nude. Top of the stretch, Miss Carbon Copy leads the way. Nice and devilish. Racing in second and now dropping back. Flamin' Hope, 3/4, 1:28-3. Down the stretch, Miss Carbon Copy leads. Nice and devilish. Lurking as the main danger, Jordan's Good Girl. Racing third, Lou. In fourth, Broadway Idol, Life's a Party. Looks to shake loose in between horses, a 16th out. Miss Carbon Copy on top by 5. Lou on the inside, Nice and Devilish is still there. Miss Carbon Copy wins it. Nice and Devilish over Lou for third, 150.
Race 5, and this is a trifecta, $2 exacta, $2 try, and the rolling pick.
Off the turn, field of 10 fillies and mares. In a position to start, here they come. They're off. Diamonds and Denim on the inside, left hard. On the outside, here's Shining Maiden, a larcenous lady. Also left well and coming away. On the inside, no tan lines. Shining Maiden to the top. On the outside, Larcenous Lady. ranging up second. Diamonds in Denim racing in third. A length back to No Tan Lines. Another length back to Dolly in Motion. Juja secures early position in front of Park Lane Honey. And then comes My Sis, Poco Crossroad, and Gorilla My Dreams. By the quarter, 28-4, and from the outside, Larcenous Lady. To the top, here comes No Tan Lines for Anderson. No Tan Lines. On the outside, Larcenous Lady will forego the lead. Shining Maiden racing third, a length and a half. Diamonds in Denim in fourth. Dolly in Motion is off the cones. Followed up by Juja. On the inside, it's Park Lane Honey. My Sis, Gorilla My Dreams, Poco Crossroad by the half, 59-2. A race into the far turn. No Tan Lines, the favorite, leads the way. On the outside, moving up to challenge, Dolly in Motion. Larcenous Lady is right there in third. Juja follows up live cover on My Sis is also on the move. Shining Maiden, Gorilla My Dreams, Diamonds in Denim is shuffled back. Poco Crossroad, Park Lane Honey. They're in the stretch. Dolly in Motion now takes command by 2. No Tan Lines. Back to second. 3/4, 1:30-3. 3/16 out. Dolly in Motion leads. No Tan Lines. Game on the inside. She's coming back. Larcenous Lady racing in third. Far outside, My Sis. Shining Maiden in between horses. Dolly in Motion leads. No Tan Lines on the inside. Dolly in Motion. Under the wire first. No Tan Lines. Diamonds in Denim third. 1:59.
All right, there's about 11 and a half minutes to post. This is race 6.
Take their positions in behind the starting gate. Here they come. They're often pacing on the far outside, timing the gate perfectly. Was Sporty Jan and Tony Morgan. Tony Morgan and Sporty Jan, a length and a quarter on the inside. It's Can't Catch Castle. A length and a half back to Four Door Millie in third. Another length to Elsie's Choice racing in fourth. A length back to Better Than Midas. 2 back to Fox Valley Silk. A gap of 3 to Tammy's Legacy, or 2 trailers. At this point, Harmony Oaks Will and Double Face. They're off the turn and by the quarter, 30 seconds. Your leader is Sporty Jan. On the outside, now with an early move. Here comes Can't Catch Castle for Laverne Hostetler. Also on the move. The one part of the entry, Elsie's Choice and Brian Pinsky. And now Can't Catch Castle. To the top, Elsie's Choice is the challenger. Sporty Jan is right there in third, Better Than Midas. On the outside, racing in fourth, a length back to Four Door Millie. Fox Valley Silk into a live flow. On the outside, Tammy's Legacy picks up the chase. Harmony Oaks Will. And far back, Double Face, the half, 1 minute and a fifth. Around the far turn, Elsie's Choice now leads. On the outside, moving up to challenge, is Better Than Midas. On the inside, racing third, Can't Catch Castle. Fox Valley Silk gapping his cover. On the inside, looking for room, Sporty Jan. Top of the stretch, Elsie's Choice, she leads the way. It's Elsie's Choice. Your leader by 2. Inside the quarter pole. 3/4, 1:30-4. Down the stretch. Elsie's Choice leads. On the outside. Better Than Midas. Here comes Fox Valley Silk again. She's on the move. Sporty Jan looks to shake loose. On the inside. Can't Catch Castle. Harmony Oaks Will. In deep stretch. Elsie's Choice under a drive. Here comes Fox Valley Silk. She's bearing down. And now going on by for the victory. Fox Valley Silk over Elsie's Choice. Close there between Elsie's Choice and
12 minutes to post. This is the 7th race. And going to this...
Two-year-old Illinois bred fillies. Here they come. They're off on the inside. Guru's Girl. Left well on the outside. 1, 2, 3 off stride is Tasha Nicole. Guru's Girl leads the way. 1, 2, 3. Ranging up on the outside. Cullen Fashion is right there in third. A length back to Tessa Noel. Racing in fourth. 3 lengths back to Lake Hills. Lisa A. Another length back to Angel Get Going. A length and a half back to Tasha Nicole. 2 back to Mike Arnold. And Illini Bunny, your trailer, gotta be that way. They're off the quarter, 29-4. They race up the backstretch. 1, 2, 3. Leads the way by 2. On the outside, here comes Tessa Noel for Anderson. Tessa Noel now powers on by. 1, 2, 3. Yields second. Guru's Girl. Racing in third. Cullen Fashion. Unhurried at this point and now off the rail for Morgan. Followed up by Lake Hills, Lise racing wide. Angel Get Going, but now back on course. Tasha Nicole saves ground. Illini Bunny. Gotta be that way. Still about 8 off the top. The half 101. Tessa Noel leads the way on the outside. Here's Cullen Fashion. 1, 2, 3 is right there in third. Lake Hills, Lisa A. ranging up in fourth. Guru's Girl on the inside. Angel Get Going. Also coming on Illini Bunny. Tasha Nicole, gotta be that way. Top of the stretch. On the inside, Tessa Noel. On the outside, it's Cullen Fashion. These two now strides apart. 3 quarters, 132-1. Inside the quarter pole, Tessa Noel leads. On the outside, Cullen Fashion. Morgan getting after her. On the inside, Anderson going to work. Here comes 1, 2, 3. On the inside. Now, 1, 2, 3. Finds a lane, shoots on through. Cullen Fashion responds, and so does Tessa Noel. Cullen Fashion. Tessa Noel is still there. Cullen Fashion by the narrowest of margins over Tessa Noel, a game second, 1, 2, 3 third, and 2 minutes and a fifth. Top of the stretch. 2-year-olds picking up speed. Here they come. They're off. Love's Legacy. Firing out aggressively for Pinsky on the inside. Fox Valley Nadia also left well. Fox Valley Nadia. Love's Legacy. They're slugging it out. 2 lengths back to Special Hope in third. And now Love's Legacy clears to lead. Fox Valley Nadia racing in second. Special Hope is third on the outside. Broadway Approach takes over fourth. Win is fifth. Broadway Sweetie racing in 6 and reserved. Early on the favorite, Ruler of Men. They're off the quarter, 29-4. And now from the outside, Broadway Approach. John Boutenshane take command over Love's Legacy. Fox Valley Nadia racing in third. 2 lengths back to Special Hope and Tom Simmons. Another gap of 3 to Win. Ruler of Men, she's on the move and now flushes cover. On the inside, Broadway Sweetie saves ground. Fox Valley Nadia now attacks for McGee and takes command. A length over Broadway Approach. Love's Legacy racing in third, the half a minute. Fox Valley Nadia leads the way into the far turn. A length over Broadway Approach on the outside. Special Hope is first up, grinding out a tough first over trip. Love's Legacy along the rail. Win now into the action for Delinsko. On the inside, Broadway Sweetie. Ruler of Men, she's still about 6 lengths off the top as they turn for home. Fox Valley Nadia shows on top, a length and a quarter. Broadway Approach right in behind. Special Hope now drops back third. 3 quarters, 130-4. Fox Valley Nadia leads the way, winding up from far back. Here comes Ruler of Men. Broadway Approach has to do a little bit more. On the inside, looking for room, Love's Legacy. In mid-stretch, Fox Valley Nadia leads. Here's Ruler of Men. Fox Valley Nadia, McGee going to work. Ruler of Men on the outside. Fox Valley Nadia now, Ruler of Men takes command at the wire. Fox Valley Nadia close for third. Love's Legacy.
All right, we have a little less than 12.
They're off the turn. Now they're in the stretch. 8 pacers. Picking up speed. Here they come. They're off and making a break. Before that start was Devil Graham. And getting off to a very slow start. On the far outside, here's Elvis. To the top for Oliensko. Elvis quickly takes command. Credentials. On the outside, challenging in second. 3 lengths back to Jargo. Racing in third. Another 2 back to Willie Buck in fourth. Diela's Express racing in fifth. In 6, around the bend, Golden Armor. Silky Intrusion, far back after another break was Devil Graham. They're off the quarter, 28-2. They settle down as they race up the backstretch. Credentials. In command of the fractions, a length Elvis. Right in behind second, Jargo third. Willie Buck is underway for Gary Leonard. Here comes Willie Buck. On the outside, on the inside, it's Credentials. Elvis is third, Jargo. Racing in fourth on the outside, Golden Armor, Diana's Express. Silky Intrusion is underway. They're by the half, 58 seconds. Credentials lead. On the outside, Willie Buck. Tough Trip in second now. Gets a breather as he tucks in behind the leader. A length back to Elvis in third. 2 back to Jargo. Racing in fourth on the inside, Diana's Express. And now altering course and moving through on the inside, Silky Intrusion. Around a tiring Golden Armor far back. Devil Graham trails. They're in the stretch. Your leader Credentials by to Willie Buck. The challenger on the inside. 3/4, 127-1. 3/16 out, Credentials under a drive. Willie Buck is coming on again. Elvis racing third. Jargo in fourth. Silky Intrusion's not going to get there. In mid-stretch, Credentials. Penske going to work. And between horses, it's Willie Buck far outside. Here comes Elvis. Elvis shakes loose on the outside. Credentials still there. Willie Buck in the middle. Elvis maybe in a 3-horse photo for the victory, 150.
All right, you have about 11 minutes and 40 seconds to bet.
Here they come. They're off far outside. HP Campion left hard. In between horses, You Bet Your Bippy. And now coming through on the inside, Bow and Arrow. Bow and Arrow takes command on the outside. You Bet Your Bippy. In between horses, Impersonation comes through. HP Campion is forced 4 off the rail into the first turn. On the inside, El Tiburon. Racing in 5th, now 4th. HP Campion is parked in 5th. Mucho Lito is racing in 6th. Dabir in 7th. Ticked off, Brooklyn's Ice. And trailing 1 for the money. 28-3. It's a log jam. Up top. On the inside, your leader Impersonation. On the outside, here's You Bet Your Bippy under urging. HP Campion on the rim in 3rd. Bow and Arrow racing in 4th. Dabir is into the action 3rd over. As they approach the half, El Tiburon saves ground. On the outside, Ticked Off into a good flow. Mucho Lito. Here comes Brooklyn's Ice, 1 for the money. Half 57-4. On the inside, Impersonation. On the outside, You Bet Your Bippy. Prompting a quick pace. Bow and Arrow is right there in 3rd. HP Campion poised for Curran. Dabir lurking boldly for Morgan. On the inside, El Tiburon. Ticked Off. On the outside, shuffled back Mucho Lito. Top of the stretch, Impersonation is still there. Leads the way a length and a quarter. 3/4 on the board, 127-1. Impersonation shortening stride. You Bet Your Bippy game in between horses. Far outside, here's HP Campion. Further out, Da Bear is rolling. Da Bear takes command in mid-stretch. HP Campion, now El Tiburon splits horses. A late move by Mucho Lito. In deep stretch, Da Bear, impressive, wins it easily. El Tiburon second, Mucho Lito, 155-2. Nine 2-year-old Illinois-bred fillies now take their positions in behind the starting gate as they're picking up speed and approaching the start. Here they come. They're off. Seaside Rendezvous left well for Anderson in the middle of the track. Far outside, Sun, Moon, Stars. Along the inside is Sporty Fern, and now Sun, Moon, Stars, first-time starter, takes command. Opens up the lead by 2.5 over Seaside Rendezvous. A length and a half back to Sporty Fern. Racing in 3rd. A length to Fox Valley Hooker. In 4th. Around the turn, Sambuca. Racing in 5th. Diamond Girl. In 6th. Trendy Liz. Is 7th. Tanya Stefania. Your trailer is Hope's Gal. They're off the quarter. 29-2. And not waiting any longer, Anderson sends Seaside Rendezvous quickly up to challenge. And now take the lead, Sun Moon Stars. Racing in second, now a gap of 4 to Sporty Fern. In third, another gap of 3 to Fox Valley Hooker. 2.5 back to Sam Becca. Diamond Girl on the move for Boot and Shane to Trendy Liz. Stanya Stefania still unhurried at this point. Your trailer Hope Scal, they're off the half. A minute 2/5, Seaside Rendezvous leads the way. Here comes Fox Valley Hooker. Sun Moon Stars. Right there in third on the outside, Diamond Girl picks up a live cover. Racing along the inside, Sporty Fern. Trendy Liz comes on along with Tanya Stefania. Along the inside, it's Sam Becca. Far back, Hope Scal. They come to the corners. Seaside Rendezvous leads. Fox Valley Hooker on the outside. Now they're in the stretch. Seaside Rendezvous leads the way. Fox Valley Hooker, another move at the leader, Sun Moon Stars. Racing in third, in fourth, Sporty Fern. From far back, Diamond Girl. 1/8 of a mile out, Seaside Rendezvous now. Feels the pressure, draws clear, Sun Moon Stars, looks for racing room, Fox Valley Hooker in deep stretch, Seaside Rendezvous leads, Sun Moon Stars, a good effort, but it's not going to get there. Seaside Rendezvous wins it, Sun Moon Stars, and Fox Valley Hooker in 158. 160 and your $2 pick 3, winning combination of 10, 5, and 5. Here they come. They're off with Pacific Flight out in a hurry. On the inside, Lost My Love. Also left well for Coleman. And on the inside, Golden Radiance, Pacific Flight to the top. By 2, Lost My Love. Racing in second, now a break of 3 to Golden Radiance in third. Sharon Mack racing in fourth. Rose Bluff is fifth. Leonie Hanover, 911A, and Smokin' Jojo. Pacific Flight takes him by the quarter, 28-3. She leads a length over Lost My Love. Golden Radiance racing in third, Sharon Mack. Rose Bluff. Leonie Hanover, Smokin' Jojo drives from last. 911A, Pacific Flight. Approaching the half, no pressure yet. She's having her own way. She's the class, and she leads. By a length, Lost My Love. Getting the perfect trip, Golden Radiance. 3 lengths off the top in third, Sharon Mack. The half, very comfortable, 58-4 for Pacific Flight. Into the turn, Pacific Flight, she leads by 2, still untested, Lost My Love. Lurking as the main danger in the pocket, Golden Radiance. Racing in third, Sharon Mack fourth, Smokin' Jojo's had it already. Top of the stretch, Pacific Flight. She leads the way. Hardly extended by Anderson. Now she opens up by 3. 3/4, 127-4. She picks up the pace a little bit. 3/16 out. She leads by 2. Lost My Love has a legitimate chance. On the outside, Sharon Mack racing in third. Now with a 16th to go, she's just toying with this field. She's the class, track record holder and all. Pacific Flight out for a romp in the park at 154-4. Lost My Love and Sharon Mack.
Okay, we have about 13 minutes to go, and that was Joanne.
In behind the starting gate, picking up speed. Here they come. They're off. Reno Hill. Time of the start perfectly. Is away quickly on the inside. Jumbie Bay moves right with him on the far outside. Here's Steel Mill Joe. Coming away fourth. You Are Chance. Dark Horizon with a good early spot in fifth. A length back to Rock Ledge. Another length back to Scenic Billy. Placid Bill. Bryant Gimbel and Beyond Therapy. Around the club turn, and now Steel Mill Joe forging his way to the top off the quarter, 28-1. Now Steel Mill Joe will settle things down. He leads the way a length and a quarter, Reno Hill. Racing in second, Jumbie Bay with the leaders. A length and a half back to You Are Chance. 3 back to Dark Horizon, the veteran. Rock Ledge is off the rail for Morgan. Following up that live cover, Scenic Billy. Gap of 2 to Placid Bill. 3 lengths black to Bryant Gimbel. Beyond Therapy trails, they're spread out. Jumbie Bay now clears to lead the way a length. They have 57-4. Live pace. Jumbie Bay on top of length over Steel Mill Joe. Reno Hill racing third. On the outside, Rockledge grinding out a tough first over Trip. On the inside, racing in fifth. You're Our Chance. Scenic Billy into the action. Bryant Gimbel now. Third over into the flow. Top of the stretch. Jumbie Bay leads the way. Rockledge on the outside. Steel Mill Joe right there in third. Inside the quarter pole, Jumbie Bay leads the way by two. Rockledge going a big heat. Has to do just a little bit more. Steel Mill Joe racing in third. Scenic Billy in fourth for outside. Here comes Bryant Gimbel. Reno Hill looks for room. They're ganging up on Jumbie Bay. Rockledge is still there. Rockledge wearing him down. Here comes Bryant Gimbel. Rockledge leads. Bryant Gimbel is charging. Bryant Gimbel getting up over Rockledge. Close for third and fourth. 157-3. And for those of you still sticking around, the $1 Superfecta returns $465.90. Winning combination of 7, 3, 1, and 8. $465.90. Good night.